Hey Cal fans, and welcome back to the football film study on California Golden Blogs. In this video, I'm going to look at the quarterback switch from McElwain to Garbers and what the game plan from the Oregon State game can tell us about our season going forward from here. The first important takeaway from this game is that our passing game plan was pretty conservative. Garbers completed 17 passes against the Beavers, and 9 of those came on either outs, swing passes, screens, or slants, and this is indicative of our game plan as a whole. What we really wanted to do is we wanted to stretch the defense horizontally and force them to widen their defenders out to cover outs and swing passes, thereby softening up the middle of the defense for our run game. We can see a good example of this here. On this play, we're motioning Hawkins out of the backfield pre-snap, and as you can see, Oregon State hasn't widened anybody out of the box to cover him. This gives us a 3-on-2 advantage on the edge, making this a good play call that attacks a weakness in their defensive game plan. Something similar is going on this play. Here we have only our 5 offensive linemen as blockers in the box, and Oregon State's outnumbering them with 6 defenders, so running here would be a bad idea. A consequence of this, though, is that Noah's left without a defender immediately over him, and so he's going to be able to catch a slant for nice yardage. On this play and the last one, we're completing passes because Oregon State's playing solid in the middle of their defense. When Oregon State did widen their defenders out to cover these routes, we were then able to hit them with the run game, and the success of this horizontal stretch accounted for the success of both Garbers and Laird in this game. Aside from these short throws, we also had success at various levels by attacking one specific alignment: off cornerbacks who are lined up with inside leverage. When their cornerbacks lined up in this way, this gave our outside receivers free access to the sidelines, and we were very able to take advantage of this, as we can see on this out route, on this comeback, and on this sideline fade. One capability that we didn't really show in this game was an ability to attack the middle of the field. The one notable exception to this was Noah's touchdown catch here. Watch how he gets a nice clean release from his zone defender and then climbs over the top of him to get into a nice passing lane. This shows why Noah's such a valuable target on third down, but aside from this one play, we didn't complete this kind of route all game. This is in contrast with, say, the Arizona game plan with McElwain at quarterback. So while most of McElwain's interceptions come from throwing between the hashes like this, many of his most impressive completions also come in that area, and it looks like the play calling for McElwain against Arizona was more complex and difficult to execute than the play calling for Garbers against Oregon State. With that in mind, it looks like either the staff doesn't think that Garbers can execute as many reads and throws as McElwain can, or they've just decided to keep the offense safe for the time being. Either way, it looks to me like for the Oregon State game, they decided that with our defense, it's better to give up some functionality and diversity of scheme if it results in fewer turnovers. And we'll see if this holds up as our opponents get better and as our offense is under more pressure to score throughout our remaining games. Alright, that's it for this video. For a breakdown of Washington's defense against the Oregon O, check out patreon.com/Burke18, and soon I'll also post something about Washington's D versus Colorado. Otherwise, until next week, go Bears!